And welcome back to the Field of 12 show. It is my honor and privilege to have with us here Tennessee wide receiver Cedric Tillman. Cedric, how we doing, my man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Love it. Hey, let's dive right in. It's summertime. You've been around the block a few times, gone through summer workouts. You've been the young guy. You're now one of the older guys and one of the leaders of that football program. Talk to us about the summer there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Are you guys getting after it? Are you working out? Are you having a little fun on the side? Give us a little inside scoop.
Yeah, it's going good. We started workouts, I think, the first week of June. And, ever since then, we've been competing, running outside, getting stronger. So, it's been good, running routes, receivers, getting that chemistry with the quarterbacks. And, it's good to see the new upcoming guys that just came in the summer. So, yeah, it's been a good time, And as far as, off the field stuff, I myself, I know a couple of my teammates have done like appearances and done different camps and stuff like that. So it's just been overall a good summer.
That's great to hear, man. Speaking of that, appearances, right? I mean, some of that is probably normal. You're showing up to certain things, doing camps, that kind of stuff. But is any of that NIL related? And if so, how has NIL affected you personally and the locker room? This is a new concept to a lot of people. So just talk about NIL to our listeners, Cedric.
Yeah, so a lot of the camps and meet and greets have kind of been through NIL. When NIL kind of came on us last year, I think during the summertime, but I feel like this off season is the first time people have seen just the effects of NIL. All it can offer, and it offers just way more than just money. Me going into it, I wasn't really thinking about that. Me, I'm more thinking of how I can give back to the Tennessee community. Where can I go? Where can I meet people? Where can I sign, autographs? Where can I do camps at? So, that's kind of been my mentality. And I think it's been real good. The locker room, there's a lot of guys with NIL deals and, some upcoming guys with NIL deals too. So it's good. Anytime we get to put a little bit of extra change in our pocket, you can't complain. So it's going good.
There's no doubt. And obviously, Tennessee, a school that is attracting a lot of NIL publicity. Let's talk a little bit about this past season and what you guys are trying to accomplish in the 2022 campaign. You're coming off a 7-6 year, 4-4 in conference. I know as you go into the latter part of your career there at Tennessee, you want to leave your mark. So, what are you guys focused on this offseason leading into the 2022 season?
Man, we're just focused on winning. I mean, that's what we play the game, at the end of the day to do, winning. Obviously build those relationships, but man, on Saturday nights and whatever nights we play, we got to get the job done. And, like we said, we went 7-6 last year. I feel like could have easily, had a 9-10 win year, in the first year with hype. So, this year just fixing those mistakes that we made, in the second quarter or the fourth quarter and trying to get better. But yeah, the goal is to just win. Me personally, my 4 years here, it may sound crazy, but I've never beaten Florida, Georgia, Bama. And if I'm being honest, all those games have been blown out every year. So my goal is to just, beat the big three, all three of them, because it's something that I haven't been able to do so far. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a season right there, and I hope the best for you. So I've got the personal opportunity to play in Neyland Stadium. I believe that it's one of the greatest stadiums in college football. Outside of that, over your 4 years, what has been the greatest away atmosphere that you've gotten to experience?
Man, the greatest away atmosphere. If Purdue in the bowl game counts, that would have to be up there. But we were still kind of home. But part of Purdue is always crazy when you go to Florida. That's always crazy when you go there. Emma, crazy too. So everybody's talking about LSU, Death Valley. So I'm curious to see how that game goes. I'm curious to see how the LSU fans are. Because everybody talks about it, but I want to see for myself. So yeah, I'm excited about that game in particular.
Love it. You mentioned your head coach, Josh Heupel. Again, some personal experience there. He was my quarterback coach while at Oklahoma. Talk a little bit about bringing in Coach Hype how he has solidified himself as the leader of that ball club, and what you like about your head coach.
Yeah, man. Just the first interaction I had with Hypo, it was just a long conversation, and I wasn't used to that. The head coach actually caring about his players and cares about more than football. So Hype, as you know, is just a very relatable dude, real chill back, doesn't believe in all the screaming and yelling, but he does want the job done, and he wants it done right. So that's why I feel like we fight so hard for him, because we see the dedication that the coaches put each week in and week out. And, it's fun when you win the games, and it's fun when the offense is scoring touchdowns. So, that's what he brings. He brings that electricity, and we just try to follow him.
Love it. Now talk about your wide receiver crew for a little bit. You're obviously a leader. You're one of the older guys. How important is it for you this summer and going into fall camp, really taking that next step in your leadership, that next step in bringing those young guys along? And if there are any of those young guys that you've had the chance to be around this summer that have stuck out, name a few of those guys and why they're doing a good job.
Oh man, it's huge. Like you said, I'm kind of the old head in the room. Bayless is gone, Javante is gone, and those guys really helped me out last year. With that role. Now, it's just me, me coming back. That really played some time last year. So, it's I know that naturally I'm a more relaxed, laid back dude, but I got asked the role to kind of be more vocal, and that's what I've been trying to do. And as far as the young guys coming up, man, it's all guys. I don't want to just single one person out, but I will. And I think Jalen Hyatt's going to have a really big year. So I expect big things for him. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Shifting gears a little bit, fun question here. Knoxville is a great college town. Everybody loves to go visit. It's in a great part of the country. And it's got some, I'm sure, very cool places to go and grab a bite to eat. What is your personal favorite place? Couple buddies and go grab a bite to eat there in Knoxville.
Man, I'm a pretty simple dude when it comes to that. I do like the Cheesecake Factory, but I know it's kind of generic. But one of the more popular spots, I like Walk-Ons. I like Balters. I think Balters is my new one up there. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of restaurants I like, but I think Balters. I think I'm actually gonna go there tonight. So I think that's my spot now.
There you go. They need to hook you up with an NIL deal for that publicity. Last question here, Cedric. Last question here, man. Going into this 2022 season, you obviously already said, you're one of the older guys in the locker room. You get an opportunity to leave your jersey better than you found it. What does a successful year look like for Cedric? And what does a successful year look like for the Tennessee Volunteers in the 2022 season?
Man, a successful season is making it to the championship game. I mean, we're not selling for nothing less, and we believe we can do that. We got guys coming back, people coming back. You got one of the best quarterbacks in the country coming back. So, we expect that. And for me, a successful year, if anything, if I can do to help my team win, obviously, but, just to prove that, I am, the number one receiver, and not just SEC, but the country. That's my goal every day, to strive for it. And, I work hard each and every day. So, 10 catches will help us win. Cool. If 5 catches will help us win. Cool. If 1 catch but a bunch of blocks will help us win, I'll do that. The ultimate goal is to win. So, sometimes you got to put stats aside to do what's best for the team. So, just my play, I let it speak for itself. But I think a successful year is just us winning.
No doubt. And guys, listeners, Cedric Tillman, you're going to see this guy catch a lot of balls this year. Cedric, best of luck to you, man. Thanks for joining us, and can't wait to watch you in this 2022 season, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.